Hey folks, what's up? Let's do a new episode with tea session. Here you go. And this fragrance talk is going to be not about any particular fragrance in general, per se, but this will be about fragrances. So I call this new episode Fragrance Philosophy. All right, just thought it's like a fancy name. That's all. But then yeah, I'll talk about few things. Tell you a few aspects, few sides of fragrance, the passion, the hobby, and then it's relatively a new concept, like it's been what, not even a decade people are talking about fragrances, and we are also newer sort of reviewers and individuals on YouTube, and many of reviewers out there are very very professional, and they're they read about notes, study about notes, and they're really experts. Like for me, I cannot tell about everyone, but I am on the other side. It's more like a consumer point of view. I'm your average Joe. I'm your brother. I buy fragrance. I use them mostly about designers. You guys know my story, and if you have been following me, I do different kind of talks from time to time. So I was just thinking, just let's just do two videos. Already, I think you have seen my last video was this Jaguar Gold, Classic Gold. I really like this fragrance, and I did talk about mostly the good stuff about it, and really really good fragrance. All right, if you love Denim Desire Red, and also like if you like Hugo Boss bottled YSL Loam, you can definitely look into this. This is very good, cheaper alternative to those, and very classy scent at that. All right, so now I'm going to talk about few things. All right, because there are a lot of every day there's new subscribers, there are new people who are joining the fragrance game every day. It's like a newborn baby they're taking, they're like being born. So there are a lot of new people joining the game. So there's always no need to assume that everybody knows everything. Some people are studying basics, and we should always continuously, we shouldn't talk about like always niche and then complicated terms like SOTD. Many people don't know what is SOTD. Some people might think it's STD. You guys know what STD is. If you don't know, Google that shit. It's not good. If you have that, go see a doctor very very fast. All right, so let's just see a few points, and it's gonna be just like a chill talk. That's all. I hope so. All right, and I hope it doesn't run for a very long time. All right, so the first thing, let's talk about new collectors. All right, as you guys know, right, not everybody have a huge collection in their wardrobe or shelf, and then as well as like not everybody is a fragrance collector. Just like, so most of the people, they just like good with, let's say 5, 2, 5, 10, whatever, deodorants, body sprays, whatever form your fragrances are in. Right, many of people are, majority are actually new entrants. So they are very eager, because I notice many people like they watch reviews, and they really enjoy the talk, and they really get excited about fragrance notes and the hype and whatnot. Like Jeremy, biggest star I'll talk about is Jeremy. These days it's like no denying in that Jeremy is the guy everybody follows. So definitely you can see the every country has this culture coming up, and I see in Bangladesh, like our country Bangladesh, the fragrance game is like really really popular, even though not as broadly as over there in States or Europe, but slowly it's picking up, and many people study on fragrances. They know fragrance, they use fragrances. So yeah, some talk about new collectors. uh, when you start collecting, guys, all right, you must think of one thing, right? You must do your research. Don't fall into the pitfall of like any reviewer or any person telling you that this is a must buy. I always sometimes, sometimes also I think says this is a must buy or something, but most of the time I say, like 90% of the time, trust your nose and don't blind buy. These two things are very important. So I'll tell you as honestly as possible. I don't lie, because there's no point of lying, because I'm not manufacturing the fragrances. They are not my houses. Neither am I being, sponsored by anyone in Bangladesh. If you have a little bit of brain, you would know. Bangladesh, nobody sponsors Bangladesh. If let's say you are still living in the States or somewhere, or UK, yeah, you're doing good, you have a good setup, and you have huge subscriber base, yes, then companies contact you, tend to give you free samples to talk about it, right? But then I do spend my own money. I'll come to that point very very soon. So when you start collecting, right, always remember, you can never ever understand like taste of a food or smell of a fragrance, all right, these two things from a fragrance review. No way. All right, people talk about notes, patchouli, your incense, myrrh, this that, and then when you start collecting, when you're new, you think like fragrance would be like, let's say I said, right, for example, Jaguar, the classic gold, right, a little bit dirty. All right, yeah, better. So this fragrance I said smells like apple pie. So many of you literally who are entering the game, you'll be like smelling this fragrance on your hand. I'm wearing this, and you'll be like, dude, doesn't smell like apple pie. Obviously, they didn't blend in a blender apple pie in that fragrance. There is apple pie note which is different than apple pie. Just give you an example. So for say let's say rose note, likely a rose note or oud note is going to be different than what it is in real life, right? So fragrance notes are different. So there are a lot of things. There's no end to learning. So every day do watch a lot of reviews of renowned reviewers who have been established for a long time, and then they teach you stuff. Like for reviewers like me, I tell you like what I got from it by using it. Fragrance, what I got like while wearing it. Is it a winter or summer or male or female or unisex or what occasion? It's just my own personal opinion. It's not universal. So never take it like for granted. So do your own research. Trust your own nose. If your nose likes something, you buy it. If Hugo Boss bottle is your absolute gem fragrance, go buy it. Don't wait for others to tell you it's good or bad. All right. Next one is one thing. All right, this is very important. Many people you notice will come across. You post something and people say, "Dude, why are you buying this synthetic garbage mess? It's cheap cologne, this shit, that shit. Buy some excellent cologne like Pure Malt, Pure Heaven. You know, don't wear fragrances like cigar, cheap shit and stuff. You know, these are very discouraging things, and these are people who are unhappy. I think personally, I feel these are people unhappy who are not happy with their lives, and they're a bit of snobs. All right, no need to listen to them. There are a lot of people like that, you know, out there. So at first, yeah, sometimes it does get you upset, but I learned to live with it, and I actually buy what I like to buy. I buy Playboy, I buy YSL, I buy Dior, Chanel's, whatever. You know, I have a collection, somewhat 150 plus now. So I buy from all range. Even if I like something like a body spray, the Club New Intense Man, when I didn't have my EDT bottle, this one met my craving. So yeah, you know, my room, you know, it can easily smells like Aventus somewhat. So yeah, buy what makes you happy, right? Don't listen to people. Don't let them choose or decide for you what is good, what's bad. Don't feel disappointed, all right? Even if you buy a cologne that is very cheap, right? Very, very cheap colognes, you know? They're good colognes at cheap price. David of Cool Water. Don't let people tell you like, oh bro, this is not good. Buy like GIT, Green Irish Tweed. That's an acceptable cologne. Yes, it is acceptable cologne at how much price tag? So not everybody can afford everything, and doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy. Try to enjoy fragrances when you buy them. All right, don't buy and just keep it at the back because someone told something. All right. Next is addiction. Yes, someone asked me, dude, how do you afford to buy fragrances every day? And literally, it looks like I buy every day almost, isn't it? And I do a review every day almost. So it kind of looks insane. Even some of my friends who have huge collection, they're like, dude, what's wrong with you? Something's seriously wrong with me that I don't know, and I'm aware of it. You know, like I know it's happening, it's taking place. And the thing is, I'll tell you what it is. All right, I'll tell you the big secret. I answered sometimes when people didn't buy it, they seem to like bother. They're like, nah, that's not the answer. I told them like, you know, I love fragrance. So they're like, nah, that's not it. You must do something. Are you a smuggler, or you criminal, or you rob banks? Oh yeah, shit. Don't let people know. That's what I do. Yes. Oh my god, terrible. You know. That was joke, by the way. Don't call the cops. What I really do is, I have a small business, as you guys know. I do decanting and I split my bottles. You know, I don't feel like I need all the time. Most of the bottles, I don't feel like I need 100 ml juice because I'll never ever will be able to finish. So what I do is I sell decants at like a 10 ml per decant bottle. I'll show you. Nothing. I don't like secrets. That's nothing great about secrets. So this kind of 10 ml bottles in Bangladesh. So I do split and I sell them. I have a page. So if you guys know, like if you want to know, it's a fragrance. No, good fellas fragrances Bangladesh. All right. So if you're living in Bangladesh, I'll provide you with decants starting from a range of 300 all the way to 3000 for Aventus. So when I have few sales, you know, and I add up with my other incomes, I have few other income generating sources. So yeah, but instead, many people actually have other priorities, and definitely that's the way to go, which is the way I don't follow. I used to buy a lot of other things. I used to play cricket, this, that. I used to have a lot of other hobbies, cricket bats, shoes, this. I gave up everything. And that's what I do. I buy fragrances because I love them so much. And I love sniffing new fragrances, try out new stuff. Doesn't matter what brand they are, how much price range they come with. So yeah, you have to have that sort of love. And I do reviews, and sometimes I feel like there are certain fragrances don't have very good reviews, like comprehensive reviews on YouTube. So I do, like, I think like it's an opportunity for me to do an exclusive. I'll show you another example. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. One Man Show Oud Edition. I saw it, this one, and then the Story Green Bogart. These didn't have any reviews, so I feel like it was like a new thing. It's sort of like a, I don't know, it's a bit greedy or ambitious, but at the same time, I feel like the information is out there. So at least 100 people out there know about this fragrance. So I could tell them like how good those fragrances are. So I feel that is an achievement. So that's one aspect. Second is I can get to keep the bottle, I can try it, and I can try different companies. That's what I would suggest to you guys if you started buying just now. My way, one of the ways I follow is I try to get at least one fragrance from each company, each brand, Dior, Chanel, whatever it is, any company. So I know at least I have one bottle from them. So few brands are missing, like Narciso. I don't have anything from Narciso. I had an EDP for women, but that one I gave away, so I don't own any Narciso. So I definitely looking forward to get some Narciso fragrance in my collection. So if you collect like that, you're gonna have much more broader sort of like a variation, because every company seem to have their signature in every single fragrance. Versace has their style, Bulgari has their style, Van Cleef and Arpels have their style. So do look into even Armaf. They have their own style, even though they are copycats, but they are very good at it, right? So yes, so try to get one or two bottles from each company. That also helps, right? I think the last one, because I don't want to make it hugely long video. I'll just talk about this one last point. Some of you may think of video reviews, all right? And you guys think like, someday you're gonna talk about fragrances, you're gonna be on the camera. Some of you are shy, some of you are not sure, some of you are dying to get out there and like, I want to be talking about fragrance reviews. I want people to watch my work. I want people to, know what I feel, what I think, and that's what this is whole thing is all about. In Bangladesh, often you just go anywhere and then like, Joy Amin bhai, like the celebrity person, camera person, and I actually at first thought it was a joke, and now I know it's not, because in Bangladesh the concept is different. You take a camera out there in the public, people ask me, bro, why don't you go outside anymore? Moment you take your camera outside in the road, people will be like, what is this guy all about? What is he talking? Oh, he has a camera, he's talking, must be something important. And they'll go all stare at your face like this, even if you mind your own business. So it's funny, but that's the situation, in subcontinent. Like India, I think is a little better, but Pakistan, Bangladesh, if you come here, people will be like, and you don't feel comfy, like I am in this room when I have my own space and own, comfy zone. If you see, when I go rooftop, I just talk like very quietly, so what happened, this fragrance is very classic and shit. So yeah, something is, it happens. So you need your own space. So in Malaysia, I had that lot of space out there, but still it was like I couldn't do that many videos. I wish I was staying there longer. Or in UK, I could go and do some videos, just like giving an example. So when you start your reviews, you have to remember a few things. First thing is, you don't have to worry about very expensive setup. You don't need like a very expensive camera and whatnot. All you have to do is you have to know that your sound is like adequate. You are not talking from very far. So yeah, I was talking about the fragrances. Can you hear me, guys? Even if you do that, people will be like, I can't hear you, dude. First thing is, your most important point is gone missing. They don't need to see your face necessarily all the time. You can put your camera and put the fragrance right in front of you and can talk about it. You don't have to show your face if you're shy. Second thing is, you don't have to have a huge collection. Even if you have 1 to 2 fragrances or 5, you can make 500 videos from it. Who cares, right? But don't do 500 videos from 5 fragrances. But yes, when you have a fragrance, you feel very strongly about towards it. You feel very ecstatic about it, and you feel like it's not, the people didn't do justice. There's some things needed to be said. Go out there and say it, And then in the community, everybody helps out everyone. When I started off, many people, Chad helped me. Like he put me up when he saw me. That when I was doing throwing videos, he invited me to do. Chad. He's the reviewer, right? You've seen him. He's from Canada with Neela, his beautiful wife. So he got me invited, and then I did 2 collab videos where it was like a dream come true. Literally, one from Malaysia, one from Bangladesh. And I was featured in a video where Mark, in the end, did the segment. So it was like, I didn't do a collab with him, of course, but I was in the same video. So dreams do come true. So you just keep working, and most important thing is, don't forget your originality. Always be passionate, always be who you are. Good, bad, shy, out there, bold, whatever your Accent is be original. Don't try to be a pretentious, like person like, hey dude, I'm from the America, like you try to have an accent that you don't have. Don't try to fake it. People can tell fake stuff, and fake is such a turn off. I can tell you one thing. So when people lie, you can tell like they're lying because you may know that fragrance, but people are saying it's like something that's not, and you'll be like knowing like that people are lying, right? Some people say I get like 1,000 compliments in one night. You know that's bullshitting, right? So yes, try to keep that shit real. Don't try to be like so excited that you have to lie to make yourself likable. Don't try to put so much, glitter out there that you forget your main content. So yeah, you can, your content, your nose can pick up different things. You can get plum, someone else can get like jackfruit from a fragrance. That happens, it's your nose. It's not universal. Everybody's nose is different. So keep that in your mind and try to do honest takes. People can appreciate that. And sometimes if you're really good, and the thing is you'll become really good with time if you try 1,000 fragrances. I tried more than 2,000 fragrances, at least I can say. You can pick up notes from one fragrance to another. You can find the similarity. You can tell what is it's similar to this and that. So there are a lot of things like that. So plan your reviews, write down some notes in a like a diary, and then follow that pattern. And then try to also watch out for the time, because yeah, it can go on pretty much until 30 minutes if you know my older videos that went right. So yeah, these are some of the things. So welcome. And then I think if you're planning to come to the YouTube review thing, I really wish some subcontinental, like India, we have fair share of our reviewers. Babs Collection is there. My friends Mohit Khatri is there, and then Nikhil is there, one of my good friends. A lot of Asian brothers also there, and I really feel from Bangladesh we need few more reviewers because we have some good noses down here with very good collection. So yep, hopefully next episode we can see. So let me know what you think about that, and it's just a fragrance philosophy talk. So nothing much, just sharing my thoughts. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Good night from Dhaka.